what you want with the information. Think what you will. Listen, I'm not stating any of this as fact. I'm simply sharing the information that was shared with me with you guys. This person said, my grandmother's friend who revealed these things to me was the wife of a prominent member of the community, who died last year right before Christmas of a heart attack. She was dying. She couldn't die with these things on her conscience. This person said that they have followed Kylie's case from the very beginning and that she is not the only one. There are many more victims of this community, and some are gone, but some are still alive. They said that the police in that area are so corrupt. They said that Kylie was used, and I used used in quotations, used over the years by members of this community, and she is not the only one. This person said that Kylie had a plan to expose a lot of bad people, and only 3 people knew of her plan. And then one of them turned on her and reported her to a higher up member of the community, and that is why Kylie was silenced. This person said that cops, judges, lawyers, corporation CEOs, business owners, congressmen, senators, and so forth were all part of this community, along with even some of the big pharma CEOs. I asked if they knew if the party actually took place, and they said it wasn't a party. It was more like a ceremony type deal with kids and adults where Kylie was taught a lesson. It was all about protecting the community from any connection. This person said that their late grandmother's friend, who was dying of stage 4 lung cancer, told them all of this about 5 months ago on her deathbed. She lived in that area for 75 years and knew things that she didn't want to take with her. After this person that was talking to me learned of all of this, they moved out of the state and no longer live there. They wanted to be safely out of there before they ever said a word. They said, remember did you ever hear about that other blonde-haired girl that went missing around the same time as Kylie? And I said, yes, but we could never find any information on her. And she said that has happened numerous times over and over and over again. Truckee, Tahoe area have very, very dark roots. They breed evil there. That woman now this is the person speaking to me. That woman who spoke out about the kids was telling the truth when she said that it's literally bred in their DNA. From birth, these kids are bred into the dark power, and Sam was just fulfilling her duties with what she did to Kylie. She earned her stripes that day. I told you before that I believe it was Kylie in the back of the car, but Kylie was not put into the car until the 17th of August. When the car was taken out from storage, Kylie was placed in the car and it was dragged into the lake where it was found by that group. She was being held in a basement. The community members use drugs and alcohol and freedom to gain control of these kids, and I know how crazy that sounds. They have been doing it for over 60 plus years. Kylie's is just the first case to get national attention. They put out the abduction theory first thing to take attention off of the community and its members, but it backfired, so they quickly switched to accident. I believe that's why stuff came out about that group, to scare them into their silence. This community will never let someone bring them down. They will never let the truth of all they have done come to light. Kylie was a threat to them, as she was going to be the one to bring the whole house down. They could not let them happen. Kylie really did have a list of names, dates, and things that were done. These people make anyone who works for them sign NDAs. They obviously have a lot to hide. The police put out those inquiries about the necklace and the hoodie to keep people distracted. The police in that area cannot be trusted. They all have blood on their hands. They have been covering up murders for this community. They have been covering up murders done by this community forever. These teens involved are products of what the community has created. So if you want proof of anything, start digging into the adults involved. But be vigilant, because you'll be next if you get too close. No one is out of reach for them. They are everywhere. They said if you want the proof, you can find it. But you're not looking in the right places. You're not looking into the right people. Just be careful. The transgressions of this community are hidden and held under lock and key. Now, Nick, AAA Nick, found that out when he accidentally got involved with this case. There 100% was a tape from the tow truck that night. Nick did get a call to that car, and there was a video. AAA was called because the two people in the car didn't know about the car's problem with slipping out of gear. They couldn't figure out why the car wouldn't start, and they panicked because their job was to get the car into storage. By the time that Nick asked his boss about the tape, which was when he realized and he saw the flyer, like he had said, that he had been at her car, the tape had already been collected, and the boss had already been blackmailed into saying that no such tape ever existed. How would they explain a sheriff's son and a politician's granddaughter driving around in a missing 16-year-old's car? Now, they did not specify the name of the sheriff, but after the sheriff's son got home and told his father about having to call AAA because they couldn't get the car started, the father immediately made a call to another member of the community, and they in turn went after the boss, Nick's boss, to get rid of the tape. That group, Adventures with Purpose, did come to help find Kylie, and Adventures with Purpose wasn't part of their plan, but they weren't honest to everyone either. They have a lot more footage, about 2 hours of underwater footage that shows every single inch of that car. They found out who was involved, and that is why they disbanded and are now all afraid to speak. The community grooms kids in this community to follow only the rules and laws of their community and nothing else. It starts when they're little, with day camps that they use to groom children into becoming what they want them to be, teaching them the ways and the laws of the community. As they get a little bit older, they use wilderness and wellness retreats where they do God only knows what to program these kids. And then as they get older, they move into more intense programming when they get closer to actually being able to become full-fledged community members. Every single one of them has to show commitment and loyalty to get full membership, just like Sam did to Kylie. She showed her loyalty to the community. Those that do not accept it and those that go against it get dealt with just as they see fit. Just look at what they did to Nathaniel Kabakungan. He was a dealer, but everybody knew about it. He was the dealer for all of their teenagers' parties, for all of the community children's parties. He was the dealer who brought the party favors. And he did show up. And he tried to step in and help Kylie. 4 days later, he's arrested, is facing 15 years before he's even eligible for parole.